What's up, Jones Bones? It is your girl, Unitedly Random, and today I am sitting out in my husband's car. Why? Because our roommate is in. He likes to watch the TV loud, and I was determined not to use that as an excuse to put off recording, okay? I went ahead, put on a little makeup. I put on my own lashes today. Let's just go ahead and look at that real quick. I put those on. Now, this one I kind of screwed up on, but this one, it's kind of looking cute. I might admit. I might admit.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about mental health. Not a little bit. This entire video is about my mental health. Your girl go up and she goes down, and it's really tiring. And I'm going to go ahead and preface this by saying I have done the therapy. There is nothing like genetically, there's no diagnosis to what I really go through, except, I come from trauma and I'm processing my trauma. It's trauma based fuck upness. Like, I don't know how to explain it. All of my issues are based off of trauma, and it's just like, I have childhood PTSD for it's just, I had PTSD. Like, it's just, there's a lot going on. So when your girl goes missing, it's not because I want to go missing. It's just because I got to go missing. You know what I'm saying? It feels that way sometimes. And luckily, there's nothing even more, because your girl having a hard time dealing with like this. Like, there's nothing more right now, and I hope it stay that way. Your girls are just I'm just in a little emotional mess, and I know some of y'all out there can pick up what I'm putting down. I am emotionally messy, okay? But today we're gonna talk a little bit about why I didn't finish last month, because I didn't want to just walk away from it and not say anything. We starting a new month, a new level of awareness and whatnot. But last month was Sam's month, which, if you guys don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and link it right there so y'all can go ahead and check that out, because YouTube already demonetized that video, so I don't want to talk too much about that video in this video, you feel me? But it was Sam's month, and I wanted to do so much for that, and I was so ready, and I was ready mentally, but I wasn't ready mentally, okay? Like, so thinking back, I was overly eager because I wanted to make a stand for this channel. Like, we hang with the survivors. We believe when people have I wanted to make a stand because I feel like I am a survivor, and I feel like also I want to be an advocate. And it's hard for me to be an advocate while being a survivor that is still going through things, okay? I don't want to take back and be like, I'm not a survivor right now, but I'm still going through a lot of the problems that have been streamlined to the traumas that I possess, the traumas that the universe was like, hey, you good? Here you go. So that month brought them up a lot, and I didn't even expect it. So I run in head first, not really thinking about where my mind is going to be. And sometimes I'm not very careful with myself. And some people might be like, girl, you got to be careful with yourself. Oh, a little dragonfly just came to visit me, y'all. You got to be careful with yourself. And I got to be careful with myself sometimes. And I got to be able to look at myself and recognize that I need certain limits that I might not be possessing at times. I might need to go ahead and hold up, grab the wall, and wiggle like I'm trying to make the depression come off. Like, anyway, so I go through phases where I get very lethargic, and then I get randomly really hype. And then I'm more combative or something like that. I've just always been a little bit emotionally, immature. I must admit, they didn't want me to go to school with the other kids because they were like, ooh, she a little crybaby, a little emotionally immature. And I never grew out of that. So, like, if they didn't let me go to school with the other kids, like, woo, like, where would I be now? but I always have problems with my emotions, and I guess adding in, you know, the hormones of the month and whatnot, it's like I don't want to use the time of the month as an excuse, but I'm already highly emotional even before the time of the month. So it's just like, baby, is this me? So I gave up halfway through that month. We also got coronavirus, you know, things were getting real. And now I'm just looking back and I'm like, y'all, I'm holding the camera, so it's a little shaky. But I'm looking back and I'm just kind of disappointed that I gave up before I finished. You know, I gave up before I actually got everything done that I wanted to get everything done. But it was what was better for me. Sometimes you just gotta pause and let life happen around you. And even then, when I paused, like, it didn't. I think if I continued trying to go down that path, I would have had a more explosive month. So I paused and I rested, and you know, we had that coronavirus, so I used that as an excuse. Honestly, everything's a fucking excuse with your girl. I used that as an excuse, and me and Stu hung out a lot and we had fun, and I was just, you know, piecing. I was just chilling like a villain. And then it was like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I was outside in Stuart's car. The camera overheated. I'm just like, wait a minute. Why you over? If I'm not sweating, why are you fretting? You know what I'm saying? So I had to go back inside. So we're inside now, and let's sit on the couch. Let's have a, you know, it's me and you moment. So if I continued last month, it would have been bad, without a doubt. So I walked away from it, and it was the best decision that I could make for myself, because even in that month, like, I'm not saying that we go in month to month always fighting, but even in that month, let me see, can I put you up here? Ooh, it's like not family, but it's like we having a me and you moment right now, right? I'm looking at the camera, trying to get the camera right, you know what I'm saying? Oh gosh, come on, just chill.
2 hours later.
I'm not too secretive. If you ask a question, I'll answer it. But maybe I don't have to share everything, you know? Let me have my little secrets, you know what I'm saying? But this month, I learned something about myself. And what I learned about myself is I'd rather people leave me because I'm being too much than people leave me for being myself. So what that means is, growing up, people always like kind of left me behind, and I was always chasing after people, wanting people to like me. I was always trying to get my mother's attention, trying to feel loved by my mother and whatnot. And that was a constant pattern of feeling like I was always alone, feeling like no one loved me, nobody wanted me around, constantly. And so because everybody was leaving, it was just like, okay, it's better just to be that weird girl. It's better just to be that blerd that nobody really understands, who's obsessed with Korean K-pop and Asian men, you know what I'm saying? It was easier to play that persona, and I don't want to really say persona because it was still me. Like, that's one of the things that I'm aware of. Anything that I do, it still feels like me. It doesn't feel like someone else is doing it and whatnot. I feel a compulsion to do certain things, but it's still me that's doing it, you know? Like, me and Stuart got into a little disagreement, you know what I'm saying, where it was just like, I felt like I'm not being heard. I feel like, you know, out of all the people in the world are gonna just minimize what I'm saying anyway. But I don't want my husband to minimize what I'm saying. I want you to listen to me, because, you know, I chose to be with you for the rest of my life, and you chose to be with me for the rest of your life. You know, push and pull. So I just feel like you should be listening to me when I say things, especially when I talk about my feelings. So I'll talk about my feelings, and like, the thing is, I think that he, like, you know how people talk about women, and like women never say what's on their mind and stuff like that. my husband tries to use that in relation to me, but it's just like, no, 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 baby. I do say what's on my mind, so you can't use that in relation to me. You gotta listen, because we do lives. If you guys haven't been in my lives, go back and check my live. Your girl will just start talking, okay? I share everything with everyone, no shame. And I felt like I'm so open for you to try to put that idea that I'm never, sharing anything with people. I'm never speaking. I never say what's on my mind. No, I do. Is like, I've sat down and talked with this man about what triggers me and stuff like that, and he'll constantly do things that triggers me. And it's just like, okay, like at this point, I can't be a better person. And so it's like, he'll constantly do things and he'll constantly make me feel emotional, and he can constantly look at me and be like, oh, you're overreacting. But it's like, it's the same thing over and over and over again, and that's what gets me. So we're going back and forth about this, and I'm just like, oh, I am so irritated. I want to break the door off his car. Did I break the door off his car? No. But that's like the intrusive kind of thought that I had. Like, I want to break the door off his freaking car. Like, he's being mean to me and I want to be mean back. Like, he doesn't understand the emotional aspects of me. I'm not gonna respect something that he loves, which is his car. Like, I can't get this man to see eye to eye on me with emotions. I'm a more emotional person, okay? I'm a Leo, I'm passionate, and I feel what I feel very strongly, okay? ADHD, hypersensitivity, it all comes together. Also, ADHD gang, which I feel like some of y'all might have picked up in my videos, but I get very sensitive. And just because I'm sensitive doesn't mean like, oh, you're sensitive, you need to change that. Because now at this point, you chose to be in my life knowing that I was very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, like, the thing is, I'm going to continue to be sensitive. That's one thing. I'm going to continue to be my little sensitive self. I'm going to continue to have my feelings. I'm going to continue to get my feelings hurt and whatnot. But what we need to do and how I need to do it, right? My arm getting tired. How I need to do it is not, oh, you sensitive, you need to get over that. It's just like, no, you are in my life and you need to recognize that it's a part of who I am. Some people are just not sensitive, and you don't see me going around like fighting people about not being sensitive or not being empathetic to other people's struggles and whatnot. That's not me. But also, if you're in my life and you're interacting with me, you're gonna have to grow some empathy. You're gonna have to start looking at the world a little bit differently, because it's just like the only things that me and Stuart go back and forth about is how he views the world and how he might see certain things or see certain people, and he's so quick to judge. Like, it's just like, why? Like, it's not any, like, it's just the same idea of, people who have problems with fat people, and it's just like, why? My fatness does not affect you in any type of way, you feel me? But it's just, I don't know. We're just going back and forth. We always go back and forth. We have good times too. Don't get me wrong. Me and my husband, we be having fun together. I'm more emotional and I have a shorter temper. Like, it's like things can set me off a lot faster than it might set off other people. But like, definitely considering with my husband, he's on the opposite end of the spectrum on being emotional. Things don't bother him. He's just, ugh. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not me. And I think what hurts us a little bit more is because we're so opposite in these regards. We're so different. But I think that's what he likes about me. We're so different. So, I mean, and I like that I have stability, because being emotionally a little unstable, you need a little bit of stability. But there's still some things where it's just like, you bring stability into my life, I feel safe with you. But then in these situations, I feel like all these things, everything that we worked on, everything that we're doing just goes to hell, because now you're deliberately triggering me. Now you're deliberately gaslighting me, is what I'm saying in my head. And for him, it's like, I'm not deliberately gaslighting you. And it's just like, there's a lack of self-awareness that I feel like for him, and I feel like I'm overly aware, like I'm an overthinker and whatnot. So it's just really meshing that together, and we do it well. Honestly, we do it well sometimes, and sometimes we don't do it too well. So it's all in all truly frustrating, because I'm here for the long run, but also I'm an escaper. So we can talk a little bit more about how I'm an escaper later, but like honestly, mental health check-in. So this is just some things that are on my mind, and I hopefully some people out there can connect to what's on my mind and what I'm going through in the grand scale of things, first world problems and whatnot. But I feel like it's still something that I'm struggling with. Maybe someone else is struggling with, and maybe we can talk about it. Can we talk for a minute? 'Cause I got a lot to say. Anyway, so much love and positive vibes. I'm sorry, you guys, if I was looking in different corners while I was speaking to you. This is my first time recording with the Sony Alpha. We already shut down in the middle of me freaking recording. I hope that recording is still savable. Like, did they save it? I don't know. Y'all gonna find out. If this don't have an intro and you got to the end and I was like, look, there was more to this, then y'all know. And if y'all got the intro, then your girl was struggling to get this done. I'm just happy to like really be able to do another video. I feel like I might be looking a little cute. I got the chesties out for you guys who only follow me to look at my chesticles. And call to action, go ahead and watch more of my videos. Make sure you don't skip the ads, because I make money if you don't. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with one of your friends that might be going through some things, because I need a community of people who are going through things, so we could go through things together. I don't know, because I'm trying, and I just need someone to talk to. So I'm talking to the camera right now, and hopefully, one day I'll manifest a friend that is healthy, and we have healthy boundaries, because I don't think that's a whole nother conversation. But much love and positive vibes, and I will see you guys next time. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.